Welcome back to our Inventor series. Now, what we're going to do in this video segment is we're going to show you how to put a drawing on a title block, but then we're also going to show you how to manipulate the drawing scales. So, we'll simply begin with Inventor. We've got a sheet up, and we've actually got a couple of them from before. We have an assembled view here. We have an exploded view there. Now, what we need to do is we need to do this. We want to put a part on there and create the three views and an isometric view, but in doing so we want to be able to manipulate the scales. So we're going to go right here and we're going to simply start with a base view, and we're just going to pick a part. In this case, our part is going to be one of our caster pieces or our wheel pieces. I'm going to pick let's go with the plate. Okay, the plate's relatively a simple part, so I'm just going to pick the plate and I'm going to put it in here. Now, the plate comes in and I can look at it. Now, that's the top view of it, which is good for us because it actually shows the most detail. It will be our front view in reality. So I'm going to click on it and drop it off. Now, next I'm going to drag over off of that and create the side view and the top view. If I drag up at an angle or down at an angle, I'm going to create an isometric view of it. In our case, we're going to drag our isometric up here. Once that is done, I right-click and tell it to create. Now, all of these drawings are to the exact same scale. So I'm going to drag that isometric over there. If I move the right view, it has to stay in reference to the front view. If I move the front view, it has to maintain its relationship to the side and the top view. So this is our base and these are our supporting views. Now, here's the part that becomes difficult for some students to understand. We want to adjust the scale on this. So I'm going to right click on this view and I'm going to tell it to edit the view. Under here, I automatically have scale of 1:1 set. What happens if I need this at half scale? So I just change that to half and I press OK here. It's going to shrink this drawing to a half scale. But in doing so, because the side view and the top view, these two views, have to maintain their relationship, they're going to be shrunk as well. So as I do that, they shrink also. So I can do that no problem. But notice what happened to the isometric view. The isometric view is not tied to this. It is at a completely different scale. Now, if I have different parts on here, I can put the different parts in at differing scales and force the spacing I need. So say I want to put this over here, I'm going to bring this relationship over. I'm going to drop off, say, another part, and I don't really care which one right now. We just want to put one in for sample. So I'm just going to grab, there's a bushing. I'm going to drop the bushing off. Now the bushing's coming in automatically at 1:1. So I'm going to drop the bushing off right here. And there's its side view. And I'm going to drag it over here, and there's its front view. Now, that's really all I need for this. But what happens if I want to drop in a second bushing, but I don't want the same scale on it? So I get the same bushing, drop it off right here, and drop it off right there. Okay? I've effectively created this exact same two views. But say I want this one, instead of being 1:1, I want it to be 2:1 this time. Same drawing, same bushing, different scale. They'll still read the exact same measurements. In fact, if I go in here to my annotation tools and I start putting dimensions on this, it knows what scale this is. So if I drag that one off there and that one off there and put it down, I didn't click in the right spots. Let me try that one more time. So I go from this point to say that point on this. It is 0.75 inches. Well, if I do the same thing but to this one here, so I go from this endpoint to that endpoint, pull it down, it is also 0.75 inches. The computer, the software understands that relationship, so it maintains it. It understands the scale. Same bushing, two different views. You can do that with any part at any time. Thank you.